Good morning. I'm whispering because we're going to try to sneak up on some frogs and then have a Bible verse today. Because the nice little sitting area that this nice wealthy woman lets me use is really close to their little frog pond. So we're going to sneak over there and then we're going to talk about Psalm 68. So first, let's try to, can we creep? No, we can't. Leaves are too crunchy. But let's see if we can see some frogs. Oh, all these dry leaves make it hard to sneak. But it's really windy, so that'll work in my advantage. I am downwind from the frogs, so I don't know if they can smell good like mammals, but can we see any frogs? I don't. I hope that the audio picks up all the croaking, because it's rather loud here. Hopefully you guys can hear that. I'm gonna walk this way, and I'm gonna keep the phone low and pointed at the pond, and we're gonna see if we can spook any frogs and watch them jump together. Okay, I'm not seeing any yet. I know they have to be here somewhere, but I think they just stay hidden right at the water level. It's hard for me to spot them. Because they're not big, they're only about this big. They're little frogs. Some of them get a little bigger than that, but they're just normal little green pond frogs. They're like dark mottled green, so they're perfectly camouflaged, almost impossible to see. Well, I didn't spook any, and I don't see any that stick out, so we're going to go ahead and walk back over this way. So, goodbye, frogs. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Hopefully we will have hopefully I'll be able to catch a frog for you guys one day. Not catch with my hands, but catch on camera. So, let's walk back over this way, and let's go talk about Psalm 68. Okay, here's the little sitting area that I come to, and there's a noisy truck coming past, so I'm going to turn the phone. There we go. Okay, let me get situated here. Now the sun is pretty bright, but that's fine. I'll be front lit. Ooh, wow, that is really bright today. Well, it was cloudy when I started, but the clouds have sort of moved, so now it's a direct sun. But anyway, Psalm 68, I don't remember verbatim, but it starts off with saying something like, "Let God arise and his enemies be scattered to the winds," or something of that nature. And Psalm 68 is the one that uplifts me and makes me think that I fight on the side of righteousness, because I believe in truth. I believe in a spiritual superlative to the state of being. I do believe there is some kind of divine essence in the natural order. And the Christian framework is the one that I'm familiar with, and is how I was raised. And I think that Psalm 68 speaks to me because it says there is no greater kingdom than the glory of God in Christendom. And that when it comes to war and choosing to fight for kings or states, that it's, unless it is divinely inspired, then I don't think that it's a worthwhile pursuit, because men killing men for property gain, to expand borders, for retribution of a previous war, those things are inherently evil. They're not healthy. And I, of course, am not a biblical scholar, so I can't tell you exactly what the psalm is supposed to say, but it inspires me to think that in times of strife, we should keep our eyes and our hearts on what matters, which is being kind, being good, standing on values that are not of this world, but are of a spiritual, divine nature. And I wanted to share that with you today because of what's going on with Russia and the Ukraine. Or is it just Ukraine? I hear people say you're not supposed to say "the" in front of it, even though I've heard that most of my life, even from people that are from Eastern Europe, so I don't know. But regardless, the Ukrainian-Russian conflict, we can't trust our media, and I don't trust other media either. I don't think that what we can possibly know about what's going on there is going to be true. I don't think that we'll know that for days or even weeks, maybe months. Could be never. But what I do know is that we should not fight or die for either king, for either state. We should abstain to the best that we can, and we should do our best to encourage those around us to be moral, speak the truth, and lead healthy, in this area, Christian lives, or good lives, or righteous lives, if you don't live in a Christian area. I think that's where our focus should be. If you care about your nation, your people, your ethnicity, your local folk, your church, I think that you should encourage everyone around you to not get invested in this Ukrainian-Russian conflict and to just ignore what the media has to say, what the politicians have to say. Pray on it. Pray for our brothers and sisters that are suffering. Pray that the most righteous and large truck coming by that we should ask for, we should want, we should pray for the most righteous and the most moral outcome for whatever is happening. So again, that's my wisdom I have for this. When it comes to warlike conflict, I think it's almost impossible for any layperson that is not directly involved with military conflict to actually know what's going on. Even watching a lot of the videos that I've seen from Ukraine, I still don't know, because that's a tiny snippet of what's going on in a very large, widespread area with different factions that want different things. So I don't think it's possible to know anything at this point. And I encourage you just to pray about it and to keep your rudder and your sails focused on what matters, which is truth and righteousness. And do what you can to encourage those around you to do the same. And of course, read Psalm 68. I hope it inspires you like it does me. And with that being said, I'm going to bid you adieu. I will be making another morning walk video this week, and it will be talking about personal things, but I wanted to get this one out first. So tomorrow or the next day, you can expect another one where I talk about, normal morning walk things. But with that being said, I hope that you will inspire those around you to care, and I hope that you remember to enjoy nature and all of God's wonderful creations, especially lovely little frogs that sing songs for you all year long. And with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.